I don't know what's kept me off the dating apps this go around, because I feel like it's a cycle of like, all right, I'm gonna get on the dating apps, I'm gonna delete them, I'm gonna get on the dating apps, I'm gonna delete them. I've been at least 2 or 3 months clean from Tinder and Hinge and Bumble and all that. Even the Christian ones, the Christian dating apps honestly really ain't no different than all the other ones I just mentioned. But somebody here on TikTok said getting on the dating apps is like putting yourself on clearance. I'm sorry, what?
Quick story time. Quick. I was talking to this guy on Hinge for 2 months. And then he had brought up that it had been 2 months. I was like, oh, are you gonna ask me on a date? He said, let's FaceTime first. That pissed me the hell off. So I unmatched with him and deleted the app. I saw him last Saturday at a party. My friend is his friend and she introduces us and I'm like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. I'm Zoe. Been talking on Hinge, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, do we still need to do a FaceTime? He was like, yeah, I have to FaceTime before I go on a date. I have to do a vibe check. He's Nigerian. And then I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, plus I'm not in a hurry. I said, okay. And I just walked away. Should I have punched him in his fucking face? I keep thinking about it, y'all, and I'm so like pissed off. Like, these men are really out here wasting people's times. I'm done with these apps. I'm done.
If dating apps have ever worked for you, meaning you've ever ended up in a serious relationship or any kind of relationship setup that you've wanted, then congrats, you are now the minority. About a year ago, I went through the most heart-wrenching situationship that went on for 4 months. It was long distance, and then it amounted to absolutely nothing. And from then on, I decided I'm deleting all dating apps for good. After not being on dating apps for a full year, I feel a lot more at peace. I don't know if a lot of us realize how fucked up we all are from these apps and what they're doing to our brains. You decide to delete dating apps and you are just out there in the wild meeting people like the old-fashioned way, let's say. Forces you to actually have good social skills and to also nurture those social skills and become better at having conversations and asking good questions and just basic shit that we seem to all have forgotten. Like, I'm not in a constant state of seeking validation. I'm not tying my worth to if someone unmatches me or not, or if someone replies to my text or not. And I do go on dates now, which is honestly kind of rare, let's be real. I find that there's a lot more intentionality, both from my side and from the side of the person that asked me out. I find that most people who are on dating apps are on there for the wrong reasons. They don't understand what they're doing there. They're either desperate because they don't want to be alone. They are just getting over someone else, and so they are emotionally unavailable. There's also plenty of people who are there just for a good time, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is that they're not honest about that with themselves, nor with the other person. And those of us that are there, that do want something real, have to sift through all that bullshit and do some digging and due diligence to find out if this person has genuine intentions and the same ones as me, or if they are just wasting my time. I'm not here to tell you that you shouldn't be on dating apps if that is your choice, if that is your prerogative. But I would argue that it is mostly a waste of your time.
My friend says, let's get on Hinge. I'm like, you know what, friend? Let's get on Hinge. So I got on Hinge. Soon as I get on Hinge, I'm matching. I'm getting matched. I'm like, okay, cool. It's some candidates in here. Start talking to people. I'm like, y'all don't really have nothing to say. Y'all don't know how to ask questions back. Y'all really are not that interested. I think everybody just likes my pictures, thinks they're cute. But then when it comes to like, I'm giving you my number, I'm giving you some way to contact me, ghost. Like, you don't really want to be up here for real. I don't know. I think people are using dating apps for different reasons, and it's not for dating. Because sometimes I even see in some people's profiles, some guys, they be like, I'm not buying any photos or content, and I'm not a trick, and I'm not this, and I'm not that. Whoa! Isn't that for seeking arrangements? I thought this was Hinge. No. I don't think that's what they're using Hinge for anymore. How Tinder was when it first was connecting and stuff, we know what Tinder's for now. Hinge is becoming something different, and I don't know what it is. A money-making app now? I don't know. Let me know, though, because then I'll, I'll start promoting it different ways. Y'all got to put me on.
Is anyone else who's single going through something where they're like, what the fuck is happening with dating? Like, why is it so horrible? These men out here are making me be like, no, I'll just give up. I'm okay by myself, because the horrors out there are insane. And I don't think it's just me, because I've talked to my friends, they feel the same way. And then I just keep hearing horror story after horror story that makes me genuinely scared. So I need to know if this is a universal problem or if I just got to be looking in different places.
If you're a kind and caring, considerate, securely attached, been to therapy, looks after yourself, attractive, warm, inviting, easy to talk to, has hobbies, has a life, works hard, but enjoys the fun things in life kind of woman, I fear you need to get off the dating apps. I was on a date with a guy the other day, a second date. He drove 5 hours to see me. It seemed like everything was going well, talking about the future, making plans, talking about the families. He ghosted me. I ended up having a full-on debrief with, obviously, Mother Claude. And Claude was basically saying how, sis, you need to get off the dating apps. I often find with every date I go on, all the dates feel like they go well. I find it easy to talk. I find it quite easy to start a conversation, asking important questions around past relationship attachment styles. Like, I find that quite easy. So I always find on a date that things go well. It's often after the date that things fall apart, that I've been ghosted, or that like you see their true colors. Because of how easy things are on a dating app, I find if you're one of those women that's like, why is nothing working out? I think dating apps on the male side tend to attract avoidantly attached men, because things are just easy and accessible. On a date, it seems like things go well because they're surface level, it's easy, but that's actually like prime, that's like the happy place for an avoidant person. They don't want things to get deep or emotional or personal. The more like happy, fun, lighthearted it is, the better for them, because that gives them like room to hide. So I've officially deleted Hinge, I think for good. I am truly fed up with the app. And now instead I'm planning to meet people at social events, volunteering, networking, or friend of friend situations. There's surely a million and one things you can do to like optimize yourself, improve yourself, go to therapy, do all the things, read the books. But ultimately, if the pool that you're looking in is a poor quality pool, you're not going to find any good fish.
Since men don't approach women anymore, I guess I should start going up to men. I live in a city, and literally anytime I'm walking anywhere, anytime I see a cute guy, it's always heads down, headphones in, he won't look at anyone. Literally no one is approachable anymore, no one looks at each other, everyone's heads down, and no one's smiling or just seems happy. Literally no one's socializing. What am I supposed to do? Chase a guy down the street that does not want to be bothered and ask him if he is single? I feel like I give off the most approachable vibes. I'm always smiling, looking pleasant, not looking at my phone, I don't wear my headphones. Literally never once, I've never been approached. Fucking get this, I was talking to a guy I matched with on Cuffed. We were talking on the phone, had the fucking best conversation ever, ghost me. He literally ghosted me. Just now, if you have like a really good phone call with a guy you matched with on a dating app like Raya, Cuffed, Tinder, or whatever, I guess you just ghost them immediately. It's funny though, like on the phone when we were talking, I asked him if he like ever approaches a girl at a bar or in the street, and he was like, no, God, no. So I guess maybe that was just a red flag. That men forget that they literally have the power in the situation. So that's why everyone's single.
If you are a man and you don't know how to approach a woman in public, this is for you. Keep it very simple. It doesn't need to be a big deal. You don't have to think of something special to say unless there's a genuine compliment that you want to give her. Just walk up to her and say, hey, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I noticed you. I think you're really beautiful, and I just had to come over and introduce myself. Hi, my name is whatever. If she's immediately standoffish or rude or says she's seeing someone, then just let it go and just say, no problem, sorry again for interrupting you. I hope you have a great day. If a woman is rude to you right off the bat after you give her a nice compliment like that is not a woman you want to be with anyway. You want to be with someone who's kind and respectful to people, especially if you had a respectful approach. If she is really rude or mean, don't take it too personally. I think most women are not going to be super open right off the bat. They're trying to like suss out the situation. But if she has a somewhat positive, open reaction, you really need to read her expression and her body language. Keep the conversation going a little bit, but keep it very short and simple, like no more than 5 minutes. And just say, I'd love to take you out sometime, get her number or her Instagram, and then get out. I just want to encourage more in-person meeting and in-person interactions, and I want to encourage women to be kind to men when a man approaches them, and I want to encourage men to shoot their shot in a respectful way.
I deleted Hinge, and the reason I deleted it is because people on there would say the kindest, most generous, poetic things. Like, I would screenshot it, I would really take their messages in. they became the framework for my confidence and self-esteem. And then I would look at their page and they would be chopped. And so then I would have to X. And I think a piece of my soul died every time I had to do that. It just felt so mean. And then it's like, do I want the love of my life to be like, you know, can't we just meet out somewhere or something? Like, I've been a lucky person in life. Things have worked out for me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna trust the universe on this one, that I'll meet him.
So I got off the dating apps a couple months ago because, you know, they just kind of suck. But last month truly solidified my decision to never return to those apps, and it's not for the reason that you think. So basically, my best friend found out from some guy that there was somebody on the dating apps that were using her pictures. Like, they were basically catfishing, pretending to be her. So she asked me, will you make a fake profile, like, as a guy, and then, like, swipe through and see if you come across my profile? So I'm like, yeah, girl, I got you. So I make a fake profile. Now I'm pretending to be some man, and I'm swiping through all the women to find my friend. Y'all, when I tell you, I was swiping 10 after 10 after 10 after 10, like gorgeous woman after gorgeous woman after gorgeous woman, all of them with very well thought out profiles, all of them with hobbies and interests, who want long-term committed relationships, all of them who are like clearly putting a lot of effort into this. And like, I couldn't run out of options. It seemed like no matter how many times I swiped, there was always another 10 waiting for me. And it just made me think, like, if this is what it's like for them, I'm seeing why partially they don't take women that they meet on dating apps that seriously. Because like, if I match with this girl and she's not immediately what I want her to be, she's not vibing with what I'm vibing with, I ask her if I can come over at 10 o'clock at night and she don't want to do it, I'm just gonna get back on the apps and find somebody that will. Like, just swipe one more time and you'll find somebody who probably looks even better than her, who's probably even more of a match for me. Like, it just really gives the illusion of like endless options. And men already have more eligible dating options than women do. Like, they already have more of an upper hand when it comes to the playing field. They're already winning. Then you get on the apps and you have all of these options at your fingertips. No, absolutely not. I said no. I will not be returning to these apps now that I'm seeing it from their side. No, thank you. Like, I can't stress to you how many eligible bachelorettes were on this app. I got on Tinder and I got on Hinge, and it was the same with both. It's always beautiful, stunning, gorgeous women. And then also seeing them on the app made me really feel like, why are you on here? Like, as fine as you are and as much of a catch as you seem to be, why are you on this app? And now I understand when men, because I've seen men come on TikTok and be like, when men meet you on a dating app, they automatically think that you're desperate. And first, like, it sounds offensive, and it kind of is. But now that I'm scrolling from their perspective, I'm like, why are you on this app? Like, you really are too good to be on here. And if that's how they've been viewing me, yeah, baby, I'm not going back. You can forget about it. Bye.
Giving up on finding love has been one of the most liberating things I have ever done. When I talk to my friends and I tell them it's been 6 months since I've even entertained a conversation with a man, and that I have given up on finding love completely, I've given up all hope of getting married, I've given up all hope of finding a partner, the immediate reaction is one of sadness. Like, they say things like, oh, don't say that, like, you never know, wow, this is so sad. And I have to explain to them, no. What is sad is sitting around waiting to start your life because you are so focused on finding a partner. What is sad is feeling let down and dejected every time you go on a date or every time a relationship doesn't work out, because this thing that you think you want so bad isn't happening and it's not in your control. What is sad is feeling like you're waiting on certain things because you don't want to do them yet, because you want to do it with your husband or with a partner. What is sad is consistently going out, hoping to meet a man and just not meeting anybody. And when you finally decide, you know what, my life is going to be great with this or without this, it frees up so much space in your mind. I did not realize how much of my mental and emotional state was occupied by men. Whether it be a man that I am actively dating, whether it be a man that I am trying to date, whether it be trying to meet one, whether it be going to specific events, this, that, and the third. Since giving up on love, and I know it sounds sad, this is why it is so liberating, because since giving up on love, I have seen more friends in the last 6 months than I ever had, because now I have more time, because my time is not being taken up by dates, phone conversations. I have had more peace. I have had more mental capacity. I have had deeper connections with my friends, with new friends. I've made new relationships, and I'm not somebody that completely ignores my friends when I get a relationship. Like, obviously I can't see them as much because I gotta see my man. So obviously I'm balancing the two, but I think I've done, at least in my adult years, a decent job of managing the two. But the reality is there's only so much time in the day. I can just spend my time building deeper connections with my friends, exploring more of my passions that I don't have time to do when I am dating somebody, and focusing on me, my growth, and my career. And this is not to say that if you're dating, you can't focus on yourself, because I definitely think that that is a huge misconception. It is a very nuanced mental shift that you get to, but I'm really glad that I get to experience it. And yeah, in the meantime, I'll be talking about everything else on here that matters to me that don't have to do with men. Anyway, I'm very excited for this period of life, because who knows how long it will last, if it will last forever, if it won't, if I'll ever have it again, who knows? But I am very excited to embrace it and to find more time in the day pouring back into me and my other relationships.
Okay, I have a crazy take, but hear me out. We should stop collectively as a society using online dating. I repeat, stop using online dating. Stop using the apps to find the love of your life. I've been saying this for years. And I know you're probably like, what the heck? That's how people meet people nowadays. What else would I do? I have a busy life. I hear you. But it is honestly catastrophically ruining our society, specifically ruining our dating culture. We now have an epidemic of people thinking that they have more opportunities, more selection than they really do. So then you're always running into these men who are just not ready, because they're just waiting for the next thing, because they think the next thing is going to be better. But then they realize the next thing is not better because you're not putting in the work. I think that's essentially what I'm trying to get at, is that now using online dating, it's so easy. It's at the tip of our fingertips. We can just slide a yes, a no, meet up with someone. There's just no work. You know, people are not being approached by others anymore in a way that, you know, our grandparents and before them, you had to make an effort to go meet people. That culture is done. That scene, it doesn't come around anymore. And what really got me thinking about all of this is watching 90 Day Fiancé. Okay, I have been a huge fan of that whole franchise. And most of these people are meeting online, obviously, because they're meeting people in other countries. And what happens? Most of them don't work out. And obviously, like in real life, relationships don't work out. I understand that. But that just really triggered in my head. It's like, okay, well, collectively speaking, on average, I don't think meeting these people online works on average. And I'm not just talking about 90 Day Fiancé, just collectively speaking, you know, societally. So then you're going to say, okay, well, I have a really big job. I'm busy. I can't really meet people. Well, if you can't meet people, maybe you're not in a position to be dating, because I hear that a lot from people who have big jobs and busy. It's like, well, how else am I going to meet people? Well, you make time. You go out to places where you enjoy your time, such as a swim club or a run club, whatever your interests are. That's where you meet the people. You have to make the effort. But a lot of those people, particularly men, I don't have time for dating, but they still want to get that little pee-pee wet. So they'll date. They'll go use the apps. Even though they're not ready, they don't have the time, but they still want the actions that come with dating. Obviously, that's not going to work out. So you're not putting the right intentions out. So what I'm really trying to say here is we should collectively just get rid of the apps. Let's go back to old school dating, because you're going to find a better partner because you're putting in the correct intentions, you're putting in the effort, and you're not thinking that you have all these options. Like, you're actually going to put effort into meeting someone, because it is so abnormal to go on like 10 to 20 dates with different people a year, okay? How many you don't typically meet that many people naturally, on average, the average person. So why is that normal to be dating that many people? That's not normal. And before dating apps and everything, like, you were lucky if you were going on like 2, 3, 4, 5 dates a year being asked out. And you were able to put in that time, the investment, and then you're getting a better ROI because that person's also doing the same thing with you because they're only going out with like 2, 3, 4, 5 times a year, because they're meeting somebody and putting in that effort. So, man, I don't know. 90 Day Fiance got me thinking. It's like, I love that show, but come on, they're all meeting online. It's not working. I think collectively, let's get rid of apps. Let's actually put intentions into finding the loves of our lives and not relying on these stupid apps, okay?
This is your sign to delete whatever dating app you're on. And if you're considering re-downloading it, don't. I've been single for almost 2 years. I download and delete apps every so often. They are terrible and I never have good luck on them. But this very recent time, this week, I re-downloaded it and there's this guy. He was not bad looking. He was cute, like whatever. We get to chatting it up. He's very nice. Red flag immediately. They're never very nice. But I'm like, maybe I just have trust issues, so let me just give him a chance. Mind you, in 2 years of being single, I have not hooked up with only but one person and I haven't been on any dates. Your girl is dried up over here, okay? Like the Sahara fucking desert. With that being said, okay, this he's asking questions. We're talking. The conversation is flowing. This is a first because most people these days do not know how to have a conversation. It is the worst communication generation I've ever been a part of. I am so skeptical to give my phone number to people. I'm a single mom. Like, people can get a lot of information just from your phone number. So this guy was very respectful of that. He's like, I'm not going to pressure you. No worries. We can keep chatting in Hinge. I'm like, awesome. I ask him if he has any other social medias. He says no. That could be a green or a red flag. I want to say it's a red flag a lot of the time because a lot of the time they're either lying or they're hiding something. Even my friend's husband, who is not on social media, has X where he can scroll. My baby daddy doesn't have any social media, but he has YouTube where he likes to scroll reels. Like, you've got some form of like social media where you're scrolling at some point, I feel like. But again, I'm like, maybe I'm being skeptical. I'm got trust issues. We're healing, whatever. So after like 2 days of conversation, I get his number and I text him and I'm like, texting, whatever. What do you know? I add his name to my contacts and Snappy Chatty, my friend. Okay, people say Snapchat's terrible. I love Snapchat. And here's why. As soon as I added that little name into my contacts, what do you know? Pop! Friend suggestion, name and last name was his. So I'm calling him out in the nicest way possible. I just was like, hey, did you say you don't have any social media? What about Snapchat? And he's like, no, I don't at all. Why? I said, oh, it's so funny because I just had a friend suggestion with your name and phone number. Weird. I was like, silly Snapchat. Like, what the hell? And he's like, that's so weird. I've only had this number for 2 months. And I'm like, oh, well then maybe it's the person who had your number before is still on Snapchat under that number and it just pops up as your name because that's what I saved you as in my contacts. I was like, no big deal. He never responded again. Now, either I scared him away with all of my questions or he's a liar. But I'm not letting anything go past me anymore because I ignored red flags before and it ended me up in a 9-year relationship that was terrible. So I guess eventually I'll find somebody who isn't lying to me or that I don't scare off. Also, I forgot to add that when I called him out for it, the friend suggestion magically disappeared. So keep that in mind. And the last guy, that wasn't even a dating app. I met him at Chuck E. Cheese. He hit on me while I was there with my son and he was there with his son. Told me he didn't have any social media. I typed his phone number in and I found him on Facebook in 0.5 seconds. And he was still with his baby mama. Like literally posting pictures like a week prior to that. I like to refer to him as the Chuck E. Cheese cheater. So now we've got the Hinge hussy and the Chuck E. Cheese cheater. I'm just making my way down the list. Best of luck, ladies.